Hello students, welcome to video classes. So today we are going to solve some important problems from wave optics from the assignment problems. Okay. So I already told you many times that while I am going to show you the problem on the screen, you have to keep the video on pause and read the problem very carefully and then continue watching the solution. Okay. Let us start the problems from wave optics. Hello students, welcome back. So in the problem, a ray of light is traveling from air to water, okay, in the form of waves, reflection method. So here refraction will be takes place. You have to find out the refractive index of water with respect to air. Okay, mu AW we have to find out. Okay, mu AW. So let us see the diagram here. Let us say that this is the interface. You are saying this is the interface, and a ray of light is going to be incident like this. Okay, a parallel ray of light is going to be incident. So in this direction it is going to be incident here. If I find out the path difference, then it is going to be takes place perpendicular line at here. Okay, this is the perpendicular line. After that, what happened? It will be refracts inside, and it is also refracts inside. And you want to find out the path difference here. Again, one more perpendicular line you have to draw here. Okay, this is the perpendicular line you are drawing. And according to the values, given values, it is given A and B and D. The distances traveled will be given as B and D. This distance is B and this distance is given D. Okay, so these are the distances traveled. This ray of light traveled B distance in the air, and this ray of light is traveled D distance inside the water, and both are traveled in the same time. Okay, both are going to be traveled in the same time. And we know that the distance is equals to, what is the formula? Distance is equals to velocity into time. Okay, velocity into time. Because the velocity is equals to distance by time. Distance is equals to velocity into time. And we need to find out that the velocity we have to find out. Velocity is equals to, what is the formula? Distance by time. Time will be remain same. So now listen very carefully. This ray of light is traveled B distance in the air, and this is traveled D distance in the water. That means here the velocity of the light will be represented by VA, and here the velocity can be represented by VW. Okay, velocity in water, the velocity in air. Okay, now let us find out the distance itself. Okay, distance in the air. So the distance in the air B is equals to, okay, the distance in the air B is equals to, distance is equals to, what is the formula? Velocity into time. Velocity into time. Velocity into time means VA into T. Because both are going to be traveled in the T time you can consider. So that implies VA is equals to, what you can write? B by T. You can call it as the equation number 1. This is the velocity traveled in the air. Next, the velocity of light in the water. The velocity of light in the water, same as if we can write VB is equals to, how much distance is traveled inside the water? D distance it is traveled. So it can be represented by D, by how much time it is traveled? T time. So you can call it as the second equation. Okay. Now we have VA value and VB value with us. And what is asking in the problem? The refractive index of water with respect to air. That means mu AW we have to find out. So if you want to write down mu AW is equals to, it can be written as mu W by mu A. Okay, mu W by mu A. That is equals to, if I write down in the terms of velocities, then it can be written as VA by VW. Because the refractive index is inversely proportional to velocity. More refractive index, less velocity. Less refractive index, more velocity. So that's why mu W by mu A is equals to VA by VW. Got substitute the values here. VA means what is there? B by T by VW means what is there? D by T. Okay, D by T. So if you are going to take the cross multiplication, so both are going to be cancelled here. TT is going to be cancelled. That implies what you are going to get? Mu AW is equals to B by D. This is the final answer. Okay. According to the given option, which one is correct? The third option is correct, B by D. So you need to remember that the velocities you have to find out. In this process, how much distance it is traveled in the air? Okay, in how much time the distance is traveled in the air? In the same time, the distance traveled in the water. Both are same. Okay, the distances may be different, but the time traveled will be same itself. Okay, let's go for next problem. Hello students, welcome back. So in the problem is asking that the distance between nth bright fringe and n plus 1th dark fringe. What is the fringe width definition? According to the fringe width definition, the distance between two successive bright bands is called the fringe width. That can be represented by beta. But here is asking the distance between one bright band immediate next to dark band. So that means it is exactly half of the fringe width. Okay, half of the fringe width means what you can write, y is equals to beta by 2. Okay, y is equals to beta by 2. So the distance between one bright fringe, immediate dark fringe. Okay, if I find out the distance between one bright fringe, next immediate bright fringe, then that will be beta. But here it will be y is equals to beta by 2. Beta is equals to, what is the formula? Fringe width formula, lambda into capital D by small d. So that is equals to lambda into capital D by 2 into small d. So this is the formula itself. Y is equals to beta by 2 is equals to lambda into capital D by small d. Distance between one bright fringe, immediate dark fringe. If they are saying the distance between one bright fringe, next immediate bright fringe, then you can directly write beta is equals to, okay, lambda into capital D by small d. But here the formula is half of the fringe width, lambda into capital D by 2 into small d. Which option is correct? The third option is correct here. Okay, let's go for the next problem. Hello students, welcome back. So in the problem is asking to find out the distance between the 2 points. Okay, one point the intensity will be maximum and another point will be the intensity will be 75% of the maximum intensity. Okay, that is just you have to find out. So to find out the distance, there is a direct formula is there. You need to remember this formula. That is I is equals to I naught cos square pi x by beta. This is the formula you need to require. Okay, this formula will represent that you can find out what is the distance between the 2 points where the intensity will be different, values will be takes place. Here x represents the distance which we are required of the 2 points where the intensity is maximum to the 3 by 4th or 75% of the maximum value itself. So that means at the place of I, what you have to write, 75% of the maximum value you have to write. That means what you can write here, that implies I is equals to what you can write, 75% of I naught. That is equals 75 by 100 into I naught. So that implies what happened to I is equals to 75 by 100. It is nothing but 3 by 4. So it is 3 I naught by 4. So at the place of I, you have to write 3 I naught by 4. Okay, go and substitute here. So that implies from this equation 3 I naught by 4 is equals to I naught into cos square pi into x by beta. Okay, cancel the equal terms. So I naught will be cancelled here. So you are going to write down cos pi x by beta. Square your root you are going to be taking on both sides. Then it will becomes cos pi x by beta is equals to, it will becomes root 3 by 2. Okay, cos pi x by beta is equals to root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2 means where you are going to get, it will be cos 30. Okay, cos 30 means nothing but cos pi by 6. So that implies it can be written as cos pi by 6 because cos 30 is equals to root 3 by 2. Okay, now cos pi x by beta is equals to cos pi x. At the place of pi x by beta, what is there? Pi by 6. So that implies from this equation what you can write, pi into x by beta is equals to pi by 6. What is going to be cancelled here? Pi is going to be cancelled out. We need to find out this x. So that implies x is equals to, it will becomes beta by 6. But this x distance is only on one side of the screen. Okay, this x distance is only one side on the screen. But you have to find out on both sides. So both sides means what happens, you are going to multiply with 2. So that means the total distance is equals to 2 into x, that is equals to 2 into beta by 6. that is equals to, it will becomes beta by 3. Okay, so it will becomes beta by 3. This is the total distance we are required, and in the problem all the values are given to you. So at the place of beta, what you can write, lambda into capital D by small d you can write, because all the values are given to us here itself. Okay, the beta value we can find out by using the given values. Okay, so from this equation the total distance 2x is equals to, beta means lambda into capital D by 3 into small d. Okay, go on, substitute the values. What is the wavelength is given here? 6000 angstrom units it is given. It is given 6000 into 10 to the power of minus 10 into capital D. Capital D value how much it is given? 1 meter. It is 1 by 3 into D. What is the small d value is given? Small d is given 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter means it will be 1 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay, if I am going to simplify, 10 to the power of minus 3 is going to numerator. It will become 10 to the power of plus 3. 10 to the power of plus 3, 10 to the power of plus 3, 10 to the power of plus 6, 10 to the power of plus 6, 10 to the power of minus 10, 10 to the power of minus 4. So it is 10 power minus 4 and 3 2s are 6. So that implies it will becomes 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4. It will be in meters. If I write down in millimeters, then it can be written as 0.2 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meters. 0.2 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meters. Or if I write down in millimeters, then it will becomes 0.2 millimeters. This is the answer itself. Okay, so this is the method, and this formula is very important, you need to remember. So according to the options, which option is correct? 0.2 millimeters. The fourth option is correct here. And try to remember this formula. So you have to find out on the both the distance from one end to the other end you have to find out. Okay, where the intensity will becomes 3 by 4th of it. Okay, let us go for the next problem. Hello students. So in the problem is asking that how many number of fringes will be obtained between the points A and B. So here the total angular width is given to you. Angular width is given 0.12 degrees. Okay. So listen very carefully here. Angular width and angular fringe width. Angular fringe width means the angle made by the fringe width. Here angular width means the the distance between the bands which are going to be produced here. Okay. If you are going to refer to the diagram is given to you like this. This is the two slits distance is given to you, and the distance is given as D. This is the center point is given, and this is the points are given. This is A and this is B. So this one is going to reach the point A and this one is going to reach the point B. This angle is given as theta is equals to 0.12 degrees. Okay, 0.12 degrees. So it can be 0.12 degrees. Okay, 0.12 degrees is given. And in the problem, the fringe width, the angular fringe width is given theta dash. Okay, let us say that it will be called as theta dash, which is the angular fringe width. Okay, theta dash can be represented by angular width. And the angular fringe width theta is equals to, what is the formula? Lambda by small d. That is equals to given as 10 to the power of minus 3 radians. 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay, it will be in radians. So always remember that whenever you have to find out the distances, then you need to convert the degrees into radians. So here theta dash is given 0.12 degrees. So let us say that here theta dash is equals to 0.12 into, it is in degrees, you need to convert into radians. If you want to convert into radians, then what you are going to do, you are going to multiply with the value which is pi by 180, convert into radians. So it is pi by 180. Okay, pi by 180. Otherwise, you can use it as 2 pi by 360 also you can take. Pi by 180 you can take, or 2 pi by 360 also you can take. Okay, this is the equation 1 and this is the equation 2. So don't be confused between the two terms here. This will represents the angular width. the total angular width, and this will represents the angular fringe width. Okay, so that means theta dash is equal to, we don't know how many number of fringe widths are there. So let us say that n fringe widths are there. That implies what you can write, theta dash is equals to n into theta. The total angular width is equals to n times to the angular fringe width. And this n value we have to find out. So that implies what you can write, n is equals to theta dash by theta. Okay, n is equals theta dash by theta. So that implies, write down n is equals to theta dash. Theta dash means what is there? 0.12 into 2 pi by 360 into what is theta? Theta is there 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay, 10 to the power of minus 3 is there. Now this 10 to the power of minus 3 is going to numerator. When 10 to the power of minus 3 is going to numerator, then what happens? It will becomes plus. Plus 10 to the power of 3 means what happens? It will becomes 120 into 2 pi by 360. Okay. So what is going to be cancelled here? 0, 0 is going to be cancelled. 12 ones are, 12 threes are. Okay, 12 threes are is there. Now it can be 2 into pi value 3.14 by 3. Okay, 3.14 by 3. So now when you are going to multiply this value, you are going to get exactly approximately n is equals to 2.09 you are going to get. N is equals to, you are going to get 2.09 or 2.1. So according to this value, the option will be, the second option will be the correct one, 2.09. 2.09 means approximately the value will be equals to 2. So the second option will be correct here. Okay, first option. Okay, the first option 2. So that means the number of fringes will be obtained at that place will be equals to, n is equals to 2.09. That means 2 value you can take. Okay, so this is the process. Always remember, if you want to find out number of fringes means what do you divide? The total angular width by the number of angular fringe width. Okay, if you can do that, you can find out the n value. Okay, let's go for next one. Hello students, welcome back. So in the problem, he's saying that the distance between the first maxima and the fifth minima. First maxima and fifth minima is given as 7 millimeters. And you have to find out the wavelength used in this process. And the distance of the screen is given to you. What is that? Is given 50 centimeters. And the separation between the slits is given 0.15 millimeters. So to find out the lambda, we need to find out the beta. So before that, refer to this diagram once. There is a slit is there. These are the 2 slits you are going to be having here. Okay, the 2 slits you are going to be having here. This is a small d, and let us say that this is the screen you are going to be placed at here. Okay, this is the screen, and let us say that this is the central bright band. Central bright band means this will be the first bright band. Okay, first bright band. Next one is the first dark band. Next one is second bright band. Next one is second dark band. Next one is third bright band, and here this will be the third dark band. Like that you can continuously write down. Next one will be the fourth bright band, and this will be the fourth dark band, and this will be the fifth bright band, and here you are going to get the fifth dark band. Okay, this is the values are given to you in the problem. So when I going to refer to the problem here, fifth bright band and the fifth dark band, and first just a minute, we are little bit wrong here. After bright band we are going to get dark band now. So these are the different values you are going to be having here, because after central bright band what you are going to get, you are going to get the dark band. Okay, you are going to get the dark band here. So this is the first dark band. Okay, this is the first dark band, and this is the first bright band, and this is the second dark band, and this is the second bright band, third dark band, third bright band, fourth dark band, fourth bright band, and this is the fifth dark band, like that. Okay, because first zero bright band, after zero bright band, central bright band, you are going to get dark band. After that, first bright band, second dark band, second bright band, third dark band, third bright band. Like that, the bands are going to be produced. So in the problem is clearly mentioned that the distance between first maxima to the fifth minima. First maximum is first bright band. From this point to this point, this total distance is given as 7 millimeters. This total distance is given as 7 millimeters. Then, how can you find out the fringe width? If you can't find out the fringe width, then how can you find out the distance between these two? It will be 1, this is 2, this is 3, and up to here. Okay, the distance between two bright bands is nothing but beta. Okay, here 1 fringe width, 2 fringe width, 3 fringe width, and this is half fringe width. If you are going to consider up to here, it will become 4 bright fringes itself. But here the total distance is equals to 3.5 fringes. Okay, the total distance is equals to 3.5 fringes. 3.5 fringes means 3.5 into, okay, 3.5 into total beta value will be takes place. Okay, this is a very important condition you need to understand. Okay, whatever the distance is given, in that particular distance, how many fringes are going to be obtained here? Totally 3.5, 3.5 fringes are going to be obtained here. So that means what we can write, the total distance 7 millimeters, total distance D is equals to 7 millimeters is equals to 3.5 into beta. Okay, 3.5 into beta. And now that implies you can write down beta is equals to 7 by 3.5. It will be in millimeters. Beta is equals to 7 by 3.5 millimeters. But beta is equals to, you can write down the value. What is the beta can be written as? Lambda into capital D by small d. So that implies lambda into capital D by small d is equals to 7 by 3.5. Okay, it will be in millimeters. Okay, what you have to find out? You have to find out lambda. Lambda is equals to 7 by 3.5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 into small d by capital D. Small d by capital D. In the problem, both the values are given to you. Small d is given to you and capital D is also given to you. Small d is given 0.15, it will be millimeters. So that means lambda is equals to 7 by 3.5 into 10 power minus 3 into 0.15 into 10 to the power of minus 3 by, what is the capital D value is given? 50 centimeters. 50 centimeters means 50 into 10 power minus 2. Okay. If you are going to simplify all these values, the wavelength lambda is equals to, we are going to be obtained as, wavelength lambda is equals to 600 nanometers. So you are going to get the answer as 600 nanometers. Okay, this is the final answer here. So the main important step is that what is the total distance? Whatever the total distance is given, in that distance how many fringes are going to be obtained, that you have to find out. So how many fringes are going to be obtained here? 3.5. Okay, this is the bright band to bright band, 1 fringe width. Next bright band, 2 fringe widths, 3 fringe widths and half. So that's why you are going to take 3.5 fringes are going to be obtained here. Okay, this is the problem. The problem is very important. Concentrate on this problem. Go for next problem. Hello students. So in the problem is given that there is a two sources are there, S1 and S2. They are going to produce a bright band at a point P. Here angle S1P, S2 is given as theta. Then you have to find out the fringe width. Okay. For that, let us draw the diagram here. When you are going to refer to the slits are given to you, 2 slits. This is the 2 slits you are going to have in here. Okay. This is S1 and this is S2. And here the screen is there. Okay, on the screen, exactly at point P, you are going to have the bright band. Okay, at point P, you are going to have the bright band. The light is going to reach to the point P, and the light S2 is going to also reach the point P. And here the angle is given as theta. Okay, that angle is going to be given as theta. Now, if I am going to take the central point here, the central point, if I am going to take, this central point is going to reach up to here. If this total angle is theta, then what is this angle will be equals to? Theta by 2. Okay, this angle will be equals to theta by 2. And let us say that this will be represented by O, then this distance will become d by 2. Because the total distance is d. Okay, the total distance is d, then this distance will be d by 2. And what about this distance can be represented by capital D? What is capital D represents? The distance of the screen. And you have to find out the fringe width in the terms of wavelength lambda itself. Okay, so from this equation we are going to take the triangle. Okay, which triangle you are going to take? Triangle S1OP. Okay, from the triangle S1OP, from the triangle S1OP, I am going to take tan theta by 2 is equals to. So tan theta by 2 is equals to tan theta by 2. Tan theta by 2. Tan theta means opposite by adjacent. Opposite means d by 2. Adjacent means capital D. That means it can be written as d by 2 by capital D. D by 2 by capital D. Okay, this is the tan theta by 2 value. In the problem is clearly mentioned that the theta value is very small. If theta value is very small, then tan theta is approximately equals to theta. So that implies what you can write, theta by 2 is equals to d by 2 is coming to denominator 2 into capital D. In the bracket write down since theta is small. Since theta is small. So what is going to be cancelled here? Beta is going to be cancelled here. And you just call it as equation number 1. Okay, equation number 1. Now we can write down the formula of the fringe width. What's the formula of the fringe width? Beta is equals to lambda into capital D by small d. Okay, that is equals to what you can write, lambda by small d by capital D. And you can call it as the equation number 2. Okay, go and substitute the first equation in the second equation. Theta is equals to what you can write, small d by capital D. At this place what you can write, theta. So that implies beta is equals to lambda by theta. This is the fringe width in the terms of wavelength, and whatever the angle is given which is made at the maximum, central maximum, that is lambda by theta. So according to the given option, which option is correct here? The first option. The options are not mentioned here, but the formula is beta is equals to lambda by theta. And don't be confused here, theta does not represent the angular fringe width. Okay, so lambda is the wavelength will be represents. Theta represents the angle made by the two slits at the central maximum or at the maximum. Okay, at the point of maximum intensity itself. Okay, this is the problem. Go for the next problem. Hello students, welcome back. So this problem is very important. So in the problem, the two slits are going to be there, which are going to be separated by 5 micrometers, and the screen is going to be arranged around the slits in a circular path. And the 2 points are there given to you, and you need to find out what is the bands are going to be produced. So where you are going to get the maximum, or you are going to get the minimum, or the bright fringe or the dark fringe you are going to find out. So who will decide that you are going to get the bright fringe or the dark fringe? The path difference. If the path difference is equals to 0 or equals to n lambda, dark fringe. If the path difference is equals to 2n plus 1 into lambda by 2, then you are going to get the dark fringe. Let us say that the diagram will be given to you like this. This is a circular path you are going to be taking here. And this is the points are going to be given. Okay, these are the points. And these are the slits are given. This is the S1 and this is the S2. Okay, S1 and S2. What is the distance between them is given 5 micrometers. And this is the radius is given. This is given 20 micrometers. How much it is given? 20 micrometers. And what are the points are going to be located? A, B, C, D. So this is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. Okay. So you have to find out that at A and at C, which type of bands are going to be produced. If I go to refer to here, S1 is going to be traveled from this point to this point, and S2 is going to be traveled from this point to this point. Okay, S1A and S2A. Is there any path difference will be there? No path difference, because S1A and S2A both are traveled the same distance. Then what happened? The path difference will be equal to 0. The same thing will be happens in the case of S1C and S2C also. So that means at the points A and C, okay, at the points AC, the path difference delta x is equals to 0. Okay, delta x is equals to 0. If the path difference is delta x is equals to 0, then which you are going to have? You are going to have the bright band. Okay, you are going to have the bright band. At which points you are going to have the bright band? A and C. No doubt, both are traveled at the same distance. Path difference will be 0. Next one, at D and B. Okay, at D and B, what happens? Always remember that along the slits, always you are going to get the dark band only are going to be obtained. This is a very important point you have to remember. Okay, if I want to prove that, let us say that the path difference. The path difference, let us find out at the point B. If I find out at the point B, S1B minus S2B. That means how much path difference is there? S1, S2. That is nothing but 5 micrometers. That means along the point B comma D, the path difference delta x is equals to what you can write? 5. Okay, micrometers you can keep it, later we can do. Okay, 5 micrometers is there. Now, this can be written as, okay, this can be written as 5 by 2. Okay, this can be written as 5 by 2 into lambda. 5 by 2 into lambda. Because what is the lambda value is given here? 2 micrometers are given. Lambda is given 2 micrometers and 2 you are going to take it as 2 micrometers. So that means you are just going to multiply and divide with 2 micrometers. Then this is going to be having here. That means this can be written as, if you are going to cancel it, then again what happens? You are going to get the same answer you are going to get. That means it can be written by 5 lambda by 2. Okay, how much path difference you are going to be obtaining here? The path difference you are going to obtain is 5 lambda by 2. When you are going to have the 5 lambda by 2, then definitely which type of band you are going to have? You are going to have the dark band. That's why at the points B and D, you are going to have the dark bands are going to be takes place. Okay, simply remember, along the in the direction of the two slits or in the plane of the two slits, in that one what you are going to get? Dark band. Opposite to this exactly center point, you are going to get the bright bands itself. Okay, the problem is very important. Remember this concept. Okay, let's go for the next problem. Hello students, welcome back. So the problem is very important here. So in the problem, the two slits are going to be arranged here. They are separated by 3 lambda distance, and the screen is placed. Okay, the screen is placed in the axis perpendicular to the axis of the slits. Okay, so you should be very careful here. Earlier in the normal fringe width, the Young's double slit experiment, what happened? The screen is going to be placed parallel to the plane in which the slits are going to be arranged. But here, the screen is perpendicular to the plane where the slits are going to be arranged here. So let us say that the diagram will be given to you like this. This is the screen is going to be placed at here. This is the screen, and this is the perpendicular line where the slits are going to be arranged here. So this is the point S1 and this is the point S2, and both are separated by a distance of 3 lambda they are given. And this is the center point you can refer, and here the point P is going to be located, and this distance is x. Okay, this distance is x, and you have to find out the x distance. And what is saying in the problem, the point P and x is nothing but the minimum distance where you are going to obtain the bright band. That means it is nothing but it is the first bright band you are going to be obtaining here. Okay, if you want to obtain the bright band or the dark band, definitely the two light waves are coming from S1 and S2 is going to reach the point P. So that's why what happened, the light coming from the S1 is going to reach the point P like this, and the light coming from the S2 is also going to reach the point P like this. The two light waves are going to be traveled and going to reach. The diagram will clearly explain that both are not traveled the same distance. There is a path difference will be there. If you want to find out the path difference, definitely what happens, you need to draw a perpendicular line. Okay, a perpendicular line you have to draw. This is a perpendicular line you have drawn. Okay, what is the angle at here? This angle is equals to 90 degrees. Okay, S1, S2. Let us say that this is A. Okay, S1, S2, A. And this S1A represents the path difference delta x. Okay, the path difference delta x will be represents. And let us say that here you are going to have the angle theta. Okay, here you are going to have the angle theta itself. Okay, this is the diagram you are going to be having. This path difference will decide that whether you are going to have the bright band or the dark band. Now, so in this diagram we should not take the sine theta, because the diagram is different, because the slits are perpendicular to the screen. Okay, the plane of the slits is perpendicular to the screen. So you have to find out delta x, and 3 lambda means what you have to take? Cos theta. Okay, cos theta is equals to adjacent by hypotenuse. Okay, cos theta is equals to adjacent by hypotenuse. That means from the triangle S1 S2A, cos theta is equals to what you can write? Delta x by 3 lambda. Okay, get it as 3 lambda. Now 3 lambda is coming to left side. If the 3 lambda is coming to left side, then it will becomes, that implies 3 lambda into cos theta is equals to delta x. 3 lambda into cos theta is equals to delta x. And we know that this path difference should be the condition of first bright band, that is equals to n lambda. The minimum distance of x means nothing but it should be the first bright band. That means what you have to take? N is equals to 1 you have to take. So that implies, and we also know that the theta value will be very small. If theta value is very small, what you can write? It can be written as theta is equals to, it will becomes n lambda by 3 lambda, that is equals to n is equals to what you can write? 1 into lambda by 3 lambda. Lambda will cancel, so you are going to get 1 by 3. In the bracket write down, since n is equals to 1, because the first bright band, this is only the minimum distance of the bright band. Okay, theta is equals to 1 by 3 is there. Okay, if theta, otherwise if the theta is not given very small, on that condition what you can take? You can write as cos theta also. Okay, if the theta is smaller, large, that value is not given to us. So that's why cos theta is equals, you can write 1 by 3. And you can call it as the equation number 1. Okay, if cos theta is equals to 1 by 3, how the triangle can be constructed? A triangle will be constructed like this. Okay, this is a triangle you are constructing, and this is a theta. Okay, cos theta is equals to 1 by 3. 1 by 3 means what does that mean? Adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent by hypotenuse means adjacent will be 1, hypotenuse will be 3. Then what is this part will be equals to? This part will be equals to under root of 3 square means 9 minus 1, that is equals to root 8. Okay, this part will be equals to root 8. So by using this triangle, you can easily calculate the sine value or cos value or the tan value. Okay. Now, we are going to refer to the problem. In the problem, we say that the distance of the screen is given to you. What is the distance of the screen is given to you? Capital D. Okay, the distance of the screen is given to you, capital D. From the slits, it is going to be considered as, the distance of the screens is given as capital D. Okay. Now, you are going to take the triangle S1PO. Okay, which triangle you are taking? S1PO. So, from the triangle S1PO. Okay, from the triangle S1PO. This time, we need to find out the tan theta. Tan theta and opposite by adjacent is nothing but tan theta you have to write. So, that implies tan theta. Tan theta is equals to what you can write? Opposite by adjacent. Opposite means x and adjacent is capital D. That implies what you can write? X is equals to capital D into tan theta. Okay, capital D into tan theta. And tan theta value you can calculate from this triangle. From this triangle, if you can calculate the tan theta, opposite by adjacent. Opposite means how much? Root 8, and adjacent means 1. So that is equals to what you can write? D into root 8 by 1. So that implies what is the x value will be? X is equals to root 8 into capital D. This is the value which we have required. The distance of x we are going to be calculating here. Okay. So that means the distance x is equals to root 8 into D. What is this? X represents the minimum distance of the point where you are going to get the bright band. Minimum distance of bright band means nothing but it should be the first bright band. So remember very carefully here, we are not going to use sine because the screen is perpendicular to the plane of the slits. In the normal NCAA slit experiment, what happened? The screen should be parallel to the plane where the slits are going to be having here. So that's why in the normal fringe width you are going to take the sine theta, but here you have to take the cos theta. Why you have to take cos theta? We have to find out the path difference based on this slits width itself. That's why you are going to take the cos theta. If you can remember this difference, then it will be very easy. So in the previous problem, we have already discussed that. If I am going to refer to that point O, okay, what you are going to get? At point O, you are going to get the bright band or the dark band? No doubt you are going to get the dark band only, because along the slits, what happens? Always you are going to get the dark band only will be obtained here. Okay, these are the problems. Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next class. Thank you.